Hey folks, it's me, Harris. This is my sex versus gender post for today, or tomorrow. I'm uploading it yet tonight because I'm too tired to make it tomorrow. And too busy. I've been thinking a lot about this, and I watched Kelsey's video, and I feel like hers explained a lot of what I might already want to say about what the difference between gender and sex is. So I thought I'd focus a little bit more tonight on what my particular gender is, because I feel like it's something that perhaps not a lot of people are particularly aware of. I know it's dark, sorry. So you just get to see my face. For me, my gender is physically and biologically female, but I don't always identify. In fact, I usually do not identify as a woman. I find that description limiting and ill-fitting to who I am and who I express myself to be. I identify as genderqueer, which is something that I talked about in my introduction video and in my audition video. And so I think I'll talk for just a second about what exactly that is. First off, how many of you, just think in your little smart brains of yours, how many of you have actually heard of the genderqueer identification before? If you have, that's fantastic, and I'm really glad. If you haven't, maybe that's why I'm here. Genderqueer means that I don't know what gender I am until I wake up in the morning. It means that I can get dressed and feel perfectly comfortable for the day and go off to work, and then halfway through the day I'll realize this is not what I look like, does not reflect who I am. It's not something that switches every single day. This whole week I've been very I think of it as I like to say I feel like a man today, but in all truthfulness, it's more that I identify as a man. This past week I was at the Capitol building in St. Paul, Minnesota quite often. I was there for hours and hours. I'm standing and protesting the banning, the constitutional amendment proposal to ban gay marriage through our Constitution. And I met a lot of great people, and for the first time ever, really, I introduced myself to everybody as Harris, which was a really liberating thing for me. Nobody asked me what my gender was. Nobody cared, really. I was just Harris. And those who I got into deeper conversation with, I let them know what I consider my identification to be, and they were totally awesome and cool about it. Straight people, gay people, lesbians, all kinds of different identifications, and it was really liberating and really exciting for me. Genderqueer means that what genderqueer means to me, because I never want to speak on behalf of anyone other than myself, what genderqueer means to me is that I shift, and I'm fluid, and I most often, I suppose, I'm not in the binary. There are days where I definitely, sorry, my computer's beeping at me. There are days that I definitely am just a woman, not just in the limiting sense, but just in the simple sense. And there are days where I am just a man, but I think a majority of the time I'm neither, and I'll turn that off. And a majority of the time I'm both, so I can be neither and I can be both at the same time, which might be a little bit confusing. I'm both in that I have the mentality and the gender here, and I'm both in that I have the gender in my body. my sex, to use the terms. And I'm both in that I am seen as such by society. People will call me sir, and then 5 minutes later kind of think to themselves and then call me ma'am, or, whatever, miss, Mr., Ms., all the time. I wish it was acceptable at my school for my kids to call me Mixter, Mixter, because that's really how I feel like I'd like to be called. I feel like I'm just rambling at you guys. I apologize. I'm very exhausted. You can see the bags under my eyes. What else can I say about this stuff to you guys? To the gay marriage amendment thing. I had this thought the other day, and I've been thinking about it a lot. If this passes, the Constitutional Amendment Bill passed the House and the Senate, which means that it will be on the 2012 ballot for Minnesotan residents. If it passes, then that means that if the person that I fall in love with and want to spend the rest of my life with is in fact a woman, then I feel like I would feel an immense amount of pressure to solely identify as a man, to perhaps even get it legally changed, my gender legally changed, to be a man, so that way eventually I may be able to marry the person that I love, for no other reason than to make it legal. And that's not a box that I want to be forced into. Gender goes beyond just what I present myself as. It's a legal issue. It's, to many, many people, a religious and moral issue, even though, in my humble opinion, hate is never something that should be used for a moral argument. Hate, ignorance, fear, bigotry, all those sorts of things. So the prospect that I might someday need to only identify as one part of who I am enrages me. You might not be able to see it, but I'm shaking right now. I'm very angry about that. And that's really hard, to think that I might have to limit myself, my gender expression, based on what a small percentage of the population deems to be a proper way that I might live my life. And it would be a lie to myself, it would be a lie to my partner, and it would be a lie to my friends and my loved ones. And I don't want to have to do that. So, pretty much all I want to say is, fuck gender roles, fuck stereotypes, fuck bigots based on sexual orientation and gender identification, fuck all that shit. Throw it out the window. I am greater than hate, and I believe that most of you are too. And if you're watching this and you're despising me, then either contact me or turn off the video, because there's no room for hate in my heart, and I pray that you won't allow it into yours. One last note, if you want to help get involved with the movement to stop Minnesota from becoming the 32nd state to have such hatefulness written into our Constitution, you can contact me. Either send me a message, or, send me a message, or reply to this video, and I'll get a hold of you, and I'll get you some awesome information where you can take part in our movement. So, I love you all. I'm sorry if this wasn't as coherent as you were expecting, and I hope to see you all again. Take care, and I love you. Bye.